second final of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup played at the SCG between Australia and New Zealand. Welcome to the highlights. The Australian team, it's the same as the one which won in Melbourne the other evening. Alan Border, the skipper, and a very confident side they look too. The New Zealand side, well, they've made a change there. Jeff Crowe is still leading them, but Deepak Patel has come in for Vaughan Brown. Now, Deepak Patel has been out of touch with the bat, but I suspect he's in there for his brilliant fielding and the fact that he might be able to bowl a few overs of off-spin in harness with John Bracewell, even though conditions could be against the spinners later on. We pick up play now in the 7th over. 20 runs are on the board now, and Tony Dodemaide is the bowler. Left-hander John Wright is taking strike. Your commentators Ian Chappell and Bill Lawrie.
Mid-on, Stephen Waugh, and a good catch. Good anticipation. He was heading in the right direction as the ball was hit.
Tony Dodemaide having a dream summer. Superbly judged catch. Stephen Waugh showed no signs of panic as Wright tried to go over the infield. Didn't quite get it, but there's Waugh placing himself beautifully. Fine catch. Wright's out for 8, it's 1 for 20.
Shouts of catch it, and that's exactly what has been done. Michael Valletta at point. He's been such an excellent fielder for Australia this summer that you wouldn't expect him to drop one like that.
Wayne trying to work this on the onside, hitting across the line. Tried to work it somewhere around about mid-wicket. Might have got the leading edge or back of the bat. Valletta, safe pair of hands. New Zealand in trouble at 2 for 21. Fine bowling by Dodemaide and McDermott.
Dodemaide has bowled 6 for 16 and 1 wicket. McDermott 5 for 13. Here's Davis. What a breakthrough. Simon Davis brought on to take over from McDermott, and he's got the prize scalp of Martin Crowe. Ian Chappell is talking about the responsibility on Martin Crowe, and my word, that has shown through here today.
Huge wall. That's how Martin Crowe went. Clean bowled by Davis. He bowled beautifully here on Wednesday night against New Zealand.
33 balls for 14, Jones. Hadley a little quicker. Oh, good shot. Magnificent shot. Down the wicket, over extra cover. Not an easy shot to play, but on that occasion it was beautifully executed. An ideal example of how to get down the wicket. And now the 5th bowler, Stephen Waugh, into the attack. In the air, he's gone, he's out. Hadley gone, caught by Border of Waugh. A little chip shot on the onside, straight to Alan Border, who gratefully said, "Thank you very much." He seemed to be indicating that it didn't exactly hit him in the middle of the hand, but he did catch it. As that came off the top half of Richard Hadley's bat, and didn't really pose too many problems for Alan Border. It may not have got in the middle of the hand, but didn't come all that quick. So Richard Hadley's on his way. He's out for 19. Caught Border bowled Waugh. New Zealand 4 for 79. The change in the bowling. Tony Dodemaide is back into the attack. Oh, he's hit that one very firmly down the ground. And I'll tell you what, had he got his hand in the way of that, it would have stung, that's for sure.
That's a massive hit. That's a glorious stroke. One bounce into the fence. And at the 11th hour, Captain Jeff Crowe finds some form.
Yes, and he's really been out of touch early on, but it must have been a lot of heartache that they come to grips with playing himself. He scored 30-odd runs, 33 and 56 deliveries at the MCG in the first final on Friday night.
This man under it. Dodemade's going to go over his head. It's a big 6. Oh, that's what Jeff Crow needed at this stage. He under and over shot, timed it well. Dodemade was backing back over his head. 6 runs.
I think the smile tells the story there. He ran out of panic. Got him to hit the ball high, but the rule says you've got to take the catch inside the fence, not outside the fence. That one really is airborne. The clouds are a little lower. We could perhaps even see it puncture them, but Dodemade almost did himself an injury too, running back. Wasn't quite aware of where the fence was.
Very well. 4 4s and 1 6.
Really gave Andrew Jones quite a start. Andrew Jones on strike, and now Jeff Crow has passed him. He's on 37, Jones on 36.
And Jones gets into the act. $15 runs off the over, 4 for 132. Craig McDermott, 5 overs, 1 for 13. Wicket of Tony Blaine. Excellent partnership between Jones and Jeff Crow. Run made up to over 4. It's well placed. There's a man out there. It's Jones. He's got him. Yes, Dean Jones. Fine innings ends. Jeff Crow out for 42. Caught Dean Jones. Bowled McDermott. 5 for 139.
A great fighting knock by the Kiwi captain. It was magic. It was a runner ball. Certainly no selfishness at all about Jeff Crow today. He walked out with a mission. Very, very confident. A chip shot here. Up. Right spot by McDermott. That was a good one. Disappointment for Crow. Out for 42. And New Zealand now 5 for 139.
5 for 167, and this is the last ball of the permitted 38 overs. Take a single there. 5 for 168. The New Zealand innings ends at 38 overs, with Australia needing 169 to win at 4.44 per over. That was a great effort from New Zealand, a terrific fight back. They were the ones who were disadvantaged by the change in the playing conditions, where the overs came down from 50 to just 38. They had to get cracking, and they did a terrific thing. That's the way the playing conditions are. 38 overs per side, 3 bowlers a maximum of 8 and 2 of 7, and the field restrictions for the Australian innings now will be 11 overs. Now the scorecard for New Zealand, 5 for 168. That was a lovely innings from Andrew Jones. Good support from Jeff Crow. Now, why didn't Jeff Crow play his shots earlier in the summer? That's not hindsight. We were saying that all the way through, that the only way he could get out of a bad trot was to go out there and bat with panache and play his shots against the Australian bowlers. He did very well. 56 to Andrew Jones, 42 to Jeff Crow, and a good little partnership of 29 between Andrew Jones and Deepak Patel. The bowling figures for the Australians, the one to suffer was Steve Waugh. Surprisingly, it's the first time I've ever seen Waugh bowled short. Normally he's right up in the block hole in those circumstances. The other bowlers, Taylor, 27 from 7 was good. Davis, excellent, 1 for 23 from 8, and so too Dodemaide and McDermott. So the task facing the Australians now, 169 at 4.44 per over. To see how they go about it, we'll come back here to the SCG.
Bowling to David Boone. Australia need 169 runs for victory in the second final. Boone's away with 4 runs. Beautifully played.
Well, the International Cricketer of the Year, David Boone, off to a magnificent start here in the second final. Straight out of the David Boone scrapbook. Almost like a signature, that one, as he crashed it past point. Very big pro-Australian crowd enjoying that shot.
Richard Hadley. Beautifully played, Marsh driving on the up. They may run for, Boone's looking for it. That's excellent cricket on the Sydney cricket ground. Superb running.
Well, the crowd love it. It was a shot very similar to that on Wednesday night that brought about a reversal of form for Marsh. He went on to score a century in the absence of Richard Hadlee against New Zealand. The cover drive, one of his favourites. He's got it away again right off the meat very early in his innings tonight. Push that run rate. It's required at the moment 4.64. Currently they're scoring at 2.88.
Gone! Caught McGoey, the great bowler, as he's done previously to Marsh, getting the ball to move away, through straight to Goey. Marsh out, caught for 5.
Just what the New Zealanders needed. Jeff Crow was looking for something to happen. Great players make it happen. Hadlee didn't let his captain down. Johnny Wright, the vice-captain, took a nice sharp catch. The Australian opening partnership broken with the score at 12. Jeff Marsh out for 5.
Alan Border has sprung a surprise, as he did in Brisbane. He's brought in Craig McDermott, number 3. Chatfield has bowled 3 overs for 7 runs. Oops, just beats Patel on his 4. Hit with tremendous power.
That one was literally spanked past point. Got a lot of leverage on the handle on that shot. You saw 2 shots very early on in the first couple of overs from Boone. That's in the air, but struck beautifully. Knew where it was going, in front of point.
Oh, great shot, magnificent shot, straight over the side screen to the side screen. You beauty. Well, I tell you what, you won't see many better straight hits than that. Straight into the side screen, and of course, that is 4. Had it been slightly to the right of the screen, it would have missed it and probably carried the fence and been 6. It would have certainly carried the fence in the top half of the side screen. And that's a wonder that didn't go through the side screen. It was going that quickly. And he's moved to 14 off just 11 deliveries. If he goes again over the top of mid-off, down to the boundary. Well, whatever one would like to say about this move by Border, he will be able to turn it around and say, did it work or didn't it? Three boundaries and as many deliveries, and that was a good shot, lifting it high over the mid-off fieldsman's head. Over she goes again, great shot, one bounce into the crowd, and yay, this is a great performance by McDermott. There's no way he wants this to go to 3. Magnificent stuff, and I tell you what, that's bringing a furrow to the brow of more than just Jeff Crow. 1 for 47. It's in the air, he's gone, yes, that's all over. Well, one way or the other, it's worked. McDermott has gone out there, blasted the Kiwis, and that, unfortunately, was an attempt at a delicate little close-the-face job. And unfortunately it didn't work for him, so Snedden captures him first ball. It's come off the leading edge of the bat. He just went to turn it in front of the square leg for 1. Popped up unfortunately for Craig McDermott. He's on his way. Australia have now lost their 2nd wicket for 48 runs in the 11th over.
Willie Watson from the Southern All-Round Weekend. 22 years of age, and I can bet your life he'll be feeling the pressure. Must be gone. Martin Snedden has caught Boone off Willie Watson's bowling. Willie Watson has broken the partnership. Again, he picked up Jeff Marsh and another wicket straight away when he came on the other day. He's in there today by removing David Boone, the top scorer for Australia, who made 43.
David Boone attempting to hit on the onside, and I think it was the leg cutter that brought him undone. Watson regularly bowls the leg cutter, and that caught the leading edge and Martin Snedden taking a simple catch. 3 for 91.
Jones drives straight down the ground. That's beautifully played.
Hitting his first boundary. Down the wicket he comes to Bracewell. Straight down the ground. 4 runs.
This could very well be Richard Hadley's last ball on Australian soil. Tremendous competitor. So Hadley bowls out his stint. 8 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 22. Australia 3 for 140. The Australians winning like a good team that they are. And that's out. Yes, he falls, trying to whip Snedden away, straight to mid-wicket. Catch is taken by Rutherford, the substitute fieldsman. Valletta having a wonderful series. Caught Rutherford, bowled Snedden for 30.
Just relaxing a little, hitting across the line of it. So Mike Valletta is out for a very good 30 off just 37 deliveries. Australia have lost their 4th wicket for 145 runs.
Alan Border has carried the Australian team on his shoulders for the last 5 years. This year, apart from the 200 in Adelaide, by his standards, hasn't had a great year with the bat. It doesn't really matter. The team are responding, the top and bottom order. As he said in today's press, we're a hard side to beat today. He gets that away. Is he over bowled? 4 for 152.
Snedden just about to complete his 8 overs. It's 2 for 41.
And the boundary to Dean Jones. So the Australians really rushing towards victory.
Cavalier attitude here by the Australians. Alan Border takes the catch. 32 overs complete. Australia 4 for 158.
50 to Dean Jones. That's 5 half-centuries to Dean Jones in the World Series Cup competition, and that puts him level with Andrew Jones, who also had 5 half-centuries for New Zealand. Just wide of the short third man, Willie Watson. Boundary to Alan Border, and that should give him the opportunity, rather appropriately, to hit the winning runs.
Not the most attractive shot, that one from Border, but he can't be any more effective. Rolls all the way down into the gutter at third man. Just a hit away from victory, Australia.
Willie Watson to Dean Jones. I wonder if Jones will push a single to give the strike to Border. Wasn't exactly a push, and he's running hard for the 2, so they're not worried about sentiment. It's just a matter of claim the victory.
Congratulations all around. Bob Simpson, a very proud man as coach of the Australian team. On Border quite rightly. Captain courageous. The Aussies don't do it better. It has been a remarkable start to 88. A great finish to 1987. World Cup captain. Johnny Bracewell. Some big appeals. Not much joy from the umpires. Can still raise a smile. But the Australians in the finish, I think just too much ability, too much depth in batting. A more all-round bowling performance. And their fielding was absolutely superb. Their groundwork has increased. Time and time again we saw them make the run-outs. Alan Border himself, Valletta, Dean Jones, David Boone, Marsh, they were just tremendous. So congratulations here in the second of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup final. They walk off the ground to a standing ovation. the New Zealanders, well, for them, it's home to New Zealand for a test series against England.
Great joy there for Dean Jones and Alan Border, and quite right too. They've played very well. The team has played magnificently. That is a conclusive victory, 4 for 169 against 5 for 168. 5 for Jeff Marsh. David Boone, 43, played very well again today. Craig McDermott, 24 from 16 balls, 18 from that over from Ewan Chatfield. That turned the tide a bit when the run rate was down. Mike Valletta batted well again, 30 and 37 balls, and Jones was in top form. The running between the wickets once again was quite brilliant. 4 for 169 from 34.1. The bowling figures for New Zealand, it was a real problem for them with only 38 overs in which to defend. Richard Hadlee 8 overs for 1 for 22. That was the maximum he could bowl. Ewan Chatfield 6 for 34, including the 18 off 1 over. Martin Snedden was expensive, and so too John Bracewell, and Willie Watson had more than 5 taken off each over. That's all in the final series. For the moment, it's goodbye.